From the very first moment, the tension in Atlanta was palpable, crackling through the air like electricity waiting to ignite. Viewers had already witnessed the constant back and forth between Rasheeda and Yandy, a feud quietly simmering for weeks, but no one could have predicted that tonight would explode into headlines so shocking they're now dominating social media. Rumors began to swirl, whispers amplified across blogs, and fans were left staring in disbelief at one jaw-dropping allegation. Kirk Frost, Rasheeda's own husband, allegedly lost control during the heated confrontation and directed his fury toward Yandy. Was it real, or just another twisted rumor designed to fan the flames even higher? Though the cameras may have missed crucial moments, insiders claim the argument reached an intensity that could no longer be contained. The very idea of Kirk, usually the calm, composed figure, stepping into the fray, driven by pride, betrayal, and mounting tension, has left the love and hip-hop community reeling. Could this usually measured man truly have snapped in front of everyone? Tonight, we delve deep into the confrontation, dissect every word exchanged, and explore why fans are calling this possibly the most explosive chapter yet in the ongoing saga of Rasheeda, Yandy, and Kirk. The atmosphere was electric, thick with anticipation, each sharp comment from Rasheeda and Yandy slicing through the room like a blade. Many who tuned in expected a typical verbal clash, a few side remarks, maybe some rolled eyes, but no one anticipated the night cutting so deep. Yandy entered with confidence, her voice steady yet piercing, challenging Rasheeda over sensitive marriage issues and past podcast revelations. She wielded her words like knives, each accusation precise and pointed, the kind of truth that stings even when slightly exaggerated. Rasheeda, however, refused to be cornered. Months of having her name dragged through rumors had frayed her patience, and she snapped back with equal intensity, unleashing a storm of sharp, unyielding words that left everyone on edge. The tension skyrocketed in an instant, insults ricocheting across the table as each woman battled to dominate the other. The crowd nearby shifted uneasily, caught between awe and disbelief, unsure where to look or how to react. Kirk, initially a quiet observer, sat back with arms crossed, his face unreadable, the usual calm mediator who let Rasheeda handle her own conflicts. But tonight, everything was different. As Yandy's accusations sharpened, dragging Jasmine's name into the fire, fans noticed Kirk's jaw clenching, his eyes narrowing with an intensity that hadn't been seen before. This was no longer just a verbal clash between two women, it was cutting into his pride, his family, and the very reputation he had worked to protect. Yandy leaned forward, her voice laced with disdain, challenging Kirk directly about the scandals that had shadowed Rasheeda for years. "You act like your house is flawless," she sneered. "But the streets remember everything, Jasmine, the lies, the baby, the drama. And now you want to come after me?" Her words hung in the room, heavy and explosive, like a fuse lit and ticking down. Rasheeda, refusing to back down, slammed her hand on the table, her voice sharp and defiant over the growing chaos. "Don't you dare drag my marriage into this again. You've been obsessed, talking about me and mine like it's your job. If you have something to say it to my face." The argument spiraled, a whirlwind of raw emotion, tension, and fury, the kind of electric energy reality TV thrives on. Onlookers tried to intervene, but their efforts were like trying to douse a wildfire with a splash of water. It only roared higher. Finally, Kirk leaned forward, the usual calm mask shattering as he cut through the storm. "Enough," he growled, his low voice vibrating with restrained anger, commanding every eye in the room. The man who rarely stepped into the women's battles had finally reached his breaking point, and now, the room held its breath, waiting for the storm to fully erupt. Standing at the very front line, Yandy, never one to back down, smirked confidently, arms crossed, every inch the picture of unshakable defiance. "Oh, now you want to talk? Where was this energy when your mess was plastered all over the blogs? Don't think I don't know what really goes on," she fired, her words slicing through the room like razor-sharp knives. Gasps erupted, the shade landing harder than ever before. Kirk Frost's expression darkened, patience fraying as his wife's name, his own past, and years of simmering tension were thrown into the glaring spotlight. "You think you can throw dirt on my name and just walk away?" Kirk snapped, his voice climbing louder than anyone expected. "You keep talking, keep dragging, but you don't know when to stop." Each word trembled with barely contained fury. Insiders later revealed his fists clenched at his sides, muscles taut as if ready to strike. While the cameras caught no physical movement, whispers afterward suggested he teetered dangerously close to crossing the line. Rasheeda intervened, placing a firm hand on his arm, her voice urgent. "Kirk, don't give her what she wants." Yandy, however, showed no signs of slowing down. She leaned back, smirk widening, fanning the flames mercilessly. "Look at you," she mocked, sharp and relentless. "You can't handle the truth. Your wife has been carrying your weight for years, and you're still out here pretending to be the man." The room erupted into nervous laughter and shocked gasps, the energy spinning completely out of control. Someone shouted for security from the back, yet no one moved. Kirk's face flushed red, his voice booming with authority and warning. "Watch yourself. Keep my name out of your mouth. Keep my family out of your mouth, or I promise you'll regret it." Though no fists were thrown, the sheer intensity of his words sent a chilling wave across the room, freezing everyone in suspense, the tension nearly suffocating. Those nearby later admitted they had never seen Kirk so visibly shaken, so dangerously close to losing control. Fans replayed the scene endlessly online, noticing how Rasheeda's eyes flicked nervously between her husband and Yandy, as if aware that this confrontation could spiral completely out of control. Yandy, in contrast, radiated satisfaction, clearly having achieved exactly what she intended, push Kirk to his breaking point, expose cracks in his image, and leave him fuming in front of everyone. The argument had transcended mere words, layered instead with years of rumors, unresolved betrayals, and buried, raw emotions, each moment intensifying the drama and leaving the audience on edge, hungry to see what would happen next.